What up? I got the question of the day for you, but before I give you today's question, I posed this question a long time ago in one of these videos. I think like last year, like 9 months ago I posted this. But I like to bring this one up every once in a while because I think it causes us to really think about what we want. And right, I mean, all of these questions are all about self-discovery, right? They're about self-awareness. But I'm bringing this question up today because I was texting my dear friend Tucker, right? What's up, Tucker? And I noticed that he posts all of these pictures of all of these old school cars. And I don't know anything about cars, but I know that Tucker loves cars. And he posts pictures like on Facebook and Instagram and all that. And I asked him, like I texted him, I'm like, hey, I'm like, you know, and I said this and I don't like mean this literally, but I was like, hey, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, not that he's not grown up, but I wanted to ask him this because I was fascinated by all these cars, but he doesn't like work in the car industry. And, you know, so we were like texting and I told him, so then I asked him this question, which is your question of the day. So let's start with that. Disregard time, money, and resources. What do you want to do with your life, right? So, is that right? Yeah, that's right. I just want to make sure that I had it all right. So I asked him that question, right? Because that's what our big hang up is, right? It's that I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, and I don't have the know-how, right? I don't have resources. I don't know how to do this. And so I asked him that question, right? And so now I'm asking you this question, right? Comment below and come be part of this judgment-free conversation, right? I created this channel, as I mentioned before, like out of self-discovery and self-awareness, and also to listen to one another, right? Let's take care of one another and let's see what else is going on in everyone else's world. So in turn, I answer these questions, right? Because I'm not exempt, right? I'm doing this with you. We're doing this together. And so if I had to disregard time, money, and resources, right? This originally started some years ago when I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I knew I wanted to work with women, and I got really caught up with like the how factor, like how am I going to get there? How am I going to get there? And that's what was stopping me in all my tracks, right? I didn't have any time. I didn't have any money, right? But this is like, and I certainly didn't have resources, but I just started making a list, right? I started making a list, answering these questions, right? Or answering this question, and taking out these huge factors, this time and the money and the resources. And that's what I was talking with Tucker about yesterday, is that to make a list, right? Make a list. And because making a list doesn't really take much time, doesn't really take any money at all, because generally you probably have a piece of paper and you could even just put it on your phone, right? I mean, I put mine in a Google Doc. And resources, you know, you don't need resources to make a list, right? You have your brain. And so disregard time, money, and resources. I want to help women, right? I do one-on-one coaching with women. I do group coaching. I do monthly events. I do these YouTube channels, doing this huge event on Sunday called Women's March Next Steps, right? I'll put a link below. It's at the Athenaeum Theater. They're donating the space. I mean, it's just, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, like full-time for a living. Like that's what is up here. And so years ago, I made a list, right? I made a list and I answered that question, right? What do I want to do in my life if I want to, you know, if I disregard those three factors? And guess what? It's happening. Like it's not fast, but nothing ever is, right? Like you have to put the time and the work into it. And so, but I didn't know anything about doing any of this stuff almost more than a little bit over 3 years ago, but I just started with one list and the list keeps growing. So now I want to hear from you. That was about me. Now it's your turn. Comment below and come be part of this judgment-free conversation. And hey, while you're here, subscribe, come hang out with us. This is kind of a cool place to be, seriously. And invite a friend, because the more people that are part of this conversation, the sooner we can change the world. Thanks.